People often talked about the importance of backing up your self-hosted applications. And if you've seen my Kopia video, you know a great way on how to back up your persisted data from your applications. Now, what a lot of people do miss out on is that they're relying on backing up the persisted state of their database rather than actual database backups. So the problem with this is that backing up the database state isn't really truly a backup to the database, meaning you can't just import that backup into some new database, and it is susceptible to being corrupted. So in this video, I just want to show you a very easy way to take actual backups of your databases. In this case, I'm going to be doing Postgres and MySQL or MariaDB, so that when you do take backups of your persisted mounts with Kopia or another tool, you're also backing up the database backups. This way, if your database does ever become corrupt or you're migrating to another system or whatnot, you always have a true dump of your database that you can import into a new database. So it's a real actual backup of the database, not just of the state of a database. So let's get started. So I want to introduce you guys to two different Docker containers for backing up your databases. One is the Docker MySQL cron backup, and there might be some other ones out there that do the same thing, but I'm going to be using this one. Then I'm also going to show you the Docker Postgres backup local. So they effectively do the same thing, and you can basically just add the Docker Compose part for this container into your stack where you're hosting this type of database. So if you look at Postgres, we can see that, here is the container for creating the backups. So let's go ahead and do this with Paperless, because we're storing important documents with Paperless and we want to actually back up the database, which is Postgres. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go ahead and just copy that. There are some other environmental variables that you can use, but we're going to stick with the basics here. So let's hop into our Paperless stack, and we have just the database and web server right here. So let's go ahead and just throw this right underneath the database. And then I think we can tab this over back just one here so that it's correctly tabbed over. And then let's put this in, I'll just go ahead and put it in a backups folder, but where you would want to put this is wherever you are, doing your Kopia backups. So it might be mounted at another location. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this into backups right here. So I'm going to have a backups folder for the database. And then we just have to also make sure that the container and the username and passwords are all matching up here. So good reason to use environmental variables in general, which we're not doing in this case with Paperless. But so the host or the Postgres host, that's going to be the container of our database. So that's going to be DB is how we have it in Paperless. So I'm going to change that. And then the Postgres DB, that is what this variable is right here. So we're going to set that to Paperless. The username is also Paperless, and the password is also Paperless, and we're good to go. Now we can start taking backups. We can set this, let's see, backup keep days, 7 weeks, 4 months, 6, schedule daily, backup on start, true. So a lot of backups here, but let's just go ahead and start it up and see what it does. So let me hop over to Paperless here, and let me spell that correctly. And then let's go and do a Docker Compose down. Oh, and then see, it also depends on Postgres. So we need to change that to be depends on DB. And then let's change the links to DB. Okay, and let's try to take that down again and do a Docker Compose up D. So now we're going to be pulling that PG Backups image because we haven't pulled it yet. Okay, and so I can see that it didn't create the backup because I created the folder as my user, and we're running this as this arbitrary Postgres user. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually, I'm just going to remove the user part of this. I'm just going to go ahead and comment this optional piece out so that it does just run as root. So let's go ahead and do a Docker compose up. Okay, and now we can see that it didn't have any problem creating the various backups. So there's a daily, last, monthly, and weekly in. So we can see that it basically already created those backups. And now we can feel a little bit better about actually having real backup dumps for our paperless application. So let's try the MySQL one for Nextcloud, which uses MariaDB, I believe. Yep, so we're using MariaDB, so we can use the MySQL backup. So let's hop over here to the MySQL cron backup, and then we're basically going to do the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and just copy what they have right here, and then underneath DB, we'll paste it in there. So let's just fix that tab right there. So it depends on MariaDB, that is the container here, and then the MySQL host is the container name. So let's come in here, find the container name, and we're going to change that right here. And then the MySQL user, we're just going to use the variable, or I guess, yeah, we'll use the root user. That should be fine as long as we have the root password. So the root password is going to be this variable. And then let's just set initial backup to 1 so that we get that initial backup. See if there's anything else that we would want. So this one just does a little bit differently. It uses just a cron here, a cron expression. So we can set that cron expression to be every day, every week, etc. So let's just go and stick with the way that they have it every day at 3 a.m. And then we'll do a max backups of 15. So let's keep it like that, and let's try doing a Docker compose. Hold on, so let's do the same thing. We're gonna just go ahead and put this in a DB backups folder. So I'll just say, we'll call it backup, that's fine. Or I'll be explicit, so I'll say this is DB backup, like that. Okay, you do just need to make sure that you are putting the cron backup on the same network as the Nextcloud network if you have it explicitly defined, which I do. So I'm gonna put that into the same network, and then let's try running this again. So let's take it back down and back up again, and there we go. We have an actual backup of our database, of our Nextcloud database. So this is a true backup because it is a dump of the database that we can import into another database instance at any time. Now you know how to take real backups of your databases. I think I'm going to save a video specifically for Nextcloud, backing up the databases and also just all of the media itself and being able to restore it. Save that for a separate video. I just want to give you an idea of how you can back up the databases for any and all of your applications, particularly that run Postgres or MariaDB or MySQL. So if you found that useful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. All right.